Hello everybody, welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 with me Biffa here in New Brewburgh, and we are going to be working on the area that we started last episode, the European historic sort of area that we've got, but we are going to be going ham with detailing, with surfaces, with assets, all sorts of things. I want to get this area looking amazing. I'm feeling really inspired, so enjoy the journey with me, and if you really enjoy this video then please leave an emoji of a teacup. I bet if you look hard enough you can find one. Let's dive straight in. And just before we do that, here's a word from our sponsor, NordVPN. Hugo's back and he's on a new adventure, diving into the uncharted waters of the Mediterranean Sea to uncover a long-lost shipwreck. Deep below the surface, Hugo discovers a treasure trove of ancient artifacts and clues to a forgotten civilization. But Hugo's work isn't done. He needs to share his findings with marine biologists and archaeologists worldwide. A secure connection is critical to protect this valuable discovery from hackers and prying eyes. Using NordVPN and its threat protection feature means Hugo is protected from malware, trackers, and malicious downloads, and keeping all of his secrets away from prying eyes. Hugo encrypts his connection, ensuring his data is safe and his location stays private, even while using satellite internet miles from shore. If you happen to be heading to any far-flung corner of the globe or just want to protect your internet connection, be sure to use my link at nordvpn.com/Biffa, which gives you 4 bonus months free with every purchase of a 2-year deal. Plus, it's risk-free because you have a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Right, let's get back to the video. So last episode we started building in this area. We got the road layout sorted, we got our train station sorted, we started plopping down some buildings and zoning some buildings to see how they would come out, and our population at the moment is just past 130,000. What do you think it might be by the end of the episode? We'll see how far we get with this area here. In Birdsong Mills on its own we've got 1,362. Well, that's only going to increase as time goes on. Now, something I would like to try first of all is this these bridges down here. I do have some points and I can unlock the Grand Bridge. Let's unlock that. There we go. And I'm just wondering if we upgraded these two either side. Let's jump into here, how this would look. So this is a 4-lane road anyway. This is a 4-lane road. Can I just straight upgrade that and get it in? I can't. It says elevation too low. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this and whether we have any issues with connecting this up. I'm wondering whether we might need to just do a little bit of work here. Oh my goodness me, that is more grand than I thought. Okay, let's see if it will go over this one instead. Oh, I could have tried to upgrade that, couldn't I? But never mind. If we go from there, overlapping items, there we go. Let's get that right in the middle, all the way over to this side. Yeah, I mean, does that just look a little bit stupid being there? I'm going to place it in and we're going to have a look. What do we reckon? Would you spend that much money building that bridge across here like that? I don't know. I don't know whether that just looks silly or whether that's just inspired for the area. What do you reckon? It's... Oh, okay. I'm trying to go through and it's not letting me. Yes, there we go. No, we can't. All right. Well, you get the idea anyway. Do you think that is a good addition to this area? Obviously, we need to just connect this back up again. There we go. Much better. Excellent. So I'd like to do a little bit of detailing around here. And I've got these new fantastic surfaces. So let's just dive into here, into surfaces, into tile surfaces, and 70 dragon, 70 dragon inverted, 70 lady. They've all got interesting names, but these just look brilliant. And they're called Prague Mosaics by Kironet. You can find those on the PDX Mods store or Skype if we're using that. And here we go. Look at these things here. I just think these would be absolutely... Oh, can you connect there for me? Absolutely brilliant for our area that we're doing here. I'm just going to lay out a couple of these so we can see what they look like. There we go. What do you think of those? I just think they're brilliant. So I want to take some of these and add them around some of the areas here just to add a bit of uniformity, and then we can do some decorating on top of there. So let's just look at this one with the the car park, actually, because I don't want to mess up the car parking one that we've got there. But I just think something like, this one here I think will be quite good. So that's second from the end. So that's that one, isn't it? Let's see how this one looks. I'm actually just thinking now about taking out the surfaces for the houses that we've got over here. I think that would be a good idea, because then we can add our own in, can't we? Yeah, let's do that. Let's take out the... Oh, isn't that a surface we can take out? Oh, no, that's weird. Yeah, there is a little bit nearer. If I take... Oh, there we go. Yes, that's what I want to take out. But I'm going to leave these paths that are in here, which we can connect up to the main walkway. I'm just wondering, if I go over the top of this path, is it going to hide it? No, it's not. Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. So I can do each one of these sides at a time, and that'll make things a lot easier. In fact, I'm just dragging this out over the whole thing because I wanted it all in the center. Oh, the other thing I want to check is it going to mess up things like that? Yes, it is. Okay. And is it going to mess up the car park? Yes, it is. But is that a problem? Yeah, I don't want it messing up the car park. All right, let me just fiddle with this. I'll get it all filled out. Yeah, there we go. I didn't realise it was also overlapping the pavements around the front. So I've cinched those all back a little bit, lined it all up nicely. And I think that adds a nice little extra touch along there. But then what I'm also thinking is along here, we also need a little bit more detailing as well. Let's just take this little section of shops here. I reckon with some of the flower pots and things like that we've got, let's have a look in here, the potted plants, that we could really make it look nice. Now, do these come in various colours? We've got the two colours, which are looking a little bit lackluster. Is that the time of year that I've set? Let's just have a look here. Day of the year. Let's adjust that a little bit and speed things up. Are they going to change colour? Okay, the main thing we want to change is this one here. So from default, which looks like that, to spring, they'll change color if we give them a second, or maybe that is the default is spring. Yeah, it is spring, isn't it? To summer, there we go. Now we start getting the nice colors. To fall, and that's going to change the colors of everything else in the city as well. Maybe we'll just pop it on summer for now, and we'll get the nice colors going with these. There we go. And we can pop some of these outside the shops. Maybe either side of the paths, I think, is a nice little touch. Make sure we're not blocking any windows or doors. Don't want to do that. Yeah, we need to flatten this out a bit as well here, doesn't it? It's got a little bit of herky-jerky, lumpy-bumpy going on. Let's just place the last few of those. There we go. That's looking good. Excellent. Just adds a little bit of something, doesn't it? And then what else could we add along here? I tell you what, let's just see if we can level these things out a bit. So I'm going to grab all of these buildings with the Move It mod, holding Shift, and then Control H them to that height. Ah, there we go. That lifts them all up a little bit better. Although this one here has risen far too high. Let's just maybe do that manually. I think they've all just risen a little bit too high. Hang on. Let's just manually adjust these. Let's get a good view on it. Page down with a little bit of lumpy and bumpy, you know, is okay. And then maybe we just need to smoothify that. Let's grab this, drop that down. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just so it doesn't look too weird. Yeah, one thing we've got to remember is this whole place hasn't been flattened out. So what I'm using here is the slope terrain tool, right clicking at the end and just going from here down. And it just adds enough level to it that it doesn't look weird, but also still works with the terrain that we've got, which is great. Something we could do with placing around here, quite a few of, is mailboxes, which we've got none anywhere. We've only got the one type. Do they just go on there? If I unhook those, can I place them anywhere? If I put Anarchy on, they need road connection. Okay, that's a shame. Yeah, maybe just sort of a couple, one on each side of these blocks, I think, would probably be absolutely enough. And there we go. And then one round here as well. And then as we continue spreading out to the other blocks, we'll add more. So then maybe on this corner here, we use our imagination, pretend that this is a cafe through here, and we could have a nice little seating area along here. And then what I like to do is use some garden lights as sort of like a bollard to protect the area. So let's grab that. 20 apart is far too far. Let's try 6. No, far too far. When we're on a smaller scale, let's try 3. No, let's try 1. I mean, that would seem okay. You could walk through it. as you can see, but cars aren't going to get through it. Would 2 be too far? Yeah, I think 2 would be okay. So let's pop that in here. Yeah, I think it's okay. That looks protected enough. And then if we jump into our extra assets, no, if we jump into our landscaping, these are assets that everybody's got, whether you've got mods or no mods or anything like that. And then we've got a whole selection of tables and chairs under the commercial one. Just thinking sort of some metal tables and chairs that look, actually these look quite nice, don't they? Yeah, something a little bit different. Maybe instead of the metal tables and chairs, let's pop in some of these. And then under residential props, you've got a selection of parasols. So we could just take some of those. Oh, and also turn off this one here. Not that one there, this one. Snaps the surface of an object. See how it's sort of floating up in the air? It's trying to snap on top of the table. If I turn that one off, it just snaps to the ground, and that just makes a lot more sense. And then what I tend to do is not put these over every single one. Some people do like to sit in the sun, so just a few like that would work well. Right, so what I'm thinking now is I want to change the storefront on here. We've just sort of got like a back door to this shop that's over here. Now, even though this is an old European style city layout, and we've got old European type buildings in there, it is a modern city. New Brewburgh is a modern, thriving city. So I want to look for a storefront that sort of fits in with this building, but also, you know, is slightly modern. Someone's come in, they've taken over a cafe, and that's the idea. There wasn't any North American ones. Let's have a look at the EU one. I'm looking for one that's got like a canopy. Oh, there we go. Look, the first one. It's got a canopy, but wide enough to cover that. Ooh, now, what about something like that? It's a shame it's got the garage on the side. Is there one that's like that without the garage? Sadly not. Let's go with this one and see if we can make this one work. So I'm sort of moving it backwards and forwards until we don't see what's behind. And then I'm going to place it there, and then we can do a bit of left and right maneuvering to see if it'll fit. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. That's going to stick out so far. Let's just see if we can use the Move It mod. If we go filters, turn all of those off and go props. Yeah, I'm not sure which one of these this is going to come under. Okay, I've turned everything off apart from buildings and... I've turned buildings and surfaces off, left everything else on, and I'm not able to select it. So it looks like you have to just place it and be done. Okay, let's delete that then. And I'm going to try once more, see if we can get this to work. If not, it was the second one, wasn't it? We'll just have to live with what we have on the building. And I don't know whether that's going to stick out too far that way. So if I go like that, how's that going to do that way? It's going to stick out too far. Yeah, it was a nice idea. Let's just see if there's any canopies we can add to these windows instead. It's worth noting there is an absolute ton of signs for all the different businesses that can pop up in Cities Skylines 2. Some of these are great. Look at that. Fixed traffic. I've never seen that one before. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Oh, and this one I quite like. Laurie's Lentils. That just feels like it fits this place perfectly. If I'm putting that one there, is that perfectly against the building? I mean, it's perfect enough that it looks like it's a sign over the top of that building. Look at that. We've got a Laurie's Lentils right next to here. Fantastic. We've got a little play park. We've got the parking out the back. Suddenly, this has become a place that you want to go and spend some time at. The kids can play. You can park. You can eat. I'm really liking it. How about some flower pots along here as well? Some beds. I think this would quite look nice. We could just pop 3 or 4 of these along here. And then maybe a small tree in there. Oh, we had the birch selected. Oh, man, I hate trying to get these in there. Right, let's go this way. That, to me, looks like it's in there. And then we'll turn it round. Oh, it is. Excellent. I finally managed to... It's just trying... Oh, that one was nowhere near. I don't know what it is. Let's do it from above. I can just never seem to get these things in perfectly. Let's pick a pick of that. Let's have a look. Are they all in? They're in perfectly. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it, down there? Oh, this is a lovely little corner. Ooh, what else can we decorate on this little stretch here? I feel like this is a little bit lacking along here. What could we add along this section in the front? Oh, just before we do that, I just want to go through this little walkway here and see where it goes. At the back of these buildings, the details on these buildings, I love it. You've got all the trash over there. You've got some benches. We've got some lights. There's some lower ground floor windows. Can't get through there. That's the hedges for next door. And then you can cut back through here and come out on the other street with a little bit of a lumpy bumpy that we'll sort out. Oh, I love it. I love the details. It's fantastic. Well, I'm thinking a nice little string of trees with flower beds along here would probably work quite well as well. Could we go for a larger square one? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. What do we reckon? Ah, that definitely adds a little something to this side. A little bit of shade for the shops as well. A little bit of added decoration. I'm liking it. There we go. And using the control copy mod, we can add some along the front section or the side section here as well. I think one just there and a couple there. Let's have a look. Oh, that finishes it off nicely, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the way that that block has turned out. Okay, well, let's turn our attention to the wider area then. We're not going to do... Oh, that was an autosave. A quick sip of tea. We're not going to do that much detailing on every block today, but what I'd like to do is take a look at these two blocks we've got up here. So whereas these ones along here were plopped, these two up here were just zoned in. Let's get that off the screen. And I just was interested to see what we got out of it. So we've got a mix here of some of the French offices and then some of the German mixed-use buildings. And you'll find that you won't get the full gaps filled in like this, just because of the way the zoning works in the game. So what I'm thinking of doing is a little bit of copying and plopping and pasting and that sort of thing, just to see if we can get this block finished off and looking nice. Okay, a little bit of fiddling later, a lot of plopping. I've removed the taller buildings that we've got, and I really like these ones. These are, if we look at a little pop-up there, French high-density offices, and I think they go really well. And even though the ground, again, goes down in the height, they all fit in. I just love the colour of that brickwork. We've left some little spaces in here, because what we could do inside here is we grab the walking path. Let's turn off all the snapping. There we go. We could sort of add a few different ways to walk through here. We can get round to the roundabout, and we've got this crossing over here that we could attach to. There's also this little area through there, which gets us right to the edge. Do you mind? Please don't snap of that crossing there. There we go. That's good. You can add some trees and stuff through there, getting that nice and detailed. We've got these little gardens out the back. I don't mind those, actually. They're okay. I was just wondering whether we could add another little corner on there. I really like... Oh, no, we won't be able to because it needs a road access, doesn't it? No, okay. So maybe just a spattering of trees through this area. What a lovely tree-lined area to walk through. I think that would be great. I'm wondering if these trees will actually change colour when it gets to a different time of year. Let's try spring and speed things up a bit. Oh, we're getting some colour change. We had summer already and they were all green. Let's try fall. Ah, there we go. Look at that. In autumn, we get all the lovely colours of those trees, and I just think they are beautiful. And they are from the Californian Foliage Pack by Brian Rocker, if I remember correctly, and they just look fantastic. Great. Right, let's take a look at this block here, the opposite side of the road from this first one that we made. I do like this car park, and I'd like that plopped in here as well, and see if we can get this to connect up. We might just need to move things around a little bit, but there we go, the Octagon parking. Let's line it up with that bottom road, and then I'm going to sort of place it. Is that going to fit right in there? It is. Let's use the move it mod and change the angle a tiny touch, but we need to be able to get in there. So what I'm thinking of doing is moving this building around over here, and then we can give road access down the side. And then also what we could do is just spread these out a bit, as we don't have a corner building there. That's good. I know you're complaining about road access. Don't worry, we will get you sorted. We're going to just add in, I just think, a little alley coming up there like So are you happy with that? You are happy with that. And then you'll get all of your extra little bits and pieces. Good, good. And then we could just do something with the surfaces around here. And I'm thinking this time, let me delete all the little concrete surfaces we've got in between all the paths first. Yeah, there's more than you think unless you're getting super close. Yeah, that'll do. And then I'm going to take one of these new surfaces that we've got, and I'm going to just try and place it over the entire thing. Let's go for... Ooh, let's try this one here. And like we've said before, it will sort of overlap. I don't know why I did such a weird shape. It will overlap the pavement. So we need to... There we go. Be really careful how we do that. And I think it's going to overlap these paths as well. So to be honest, I probably didn't need to delete everything. I just need to draw it over the entire thing and then just see what it looks like. And I probably need to go up and just tidy up some bits. Oh, wow. Look, as soon as you do that. Oh, yeah, we still get the paths over the top. Yeah, which I can draw in. Do you know what? I like that. I like that. I think what I would do is just change it around the road. We're going to drag these little paths out. And I'll probably... Could I then... Now, this is a question. Could I then put over the top of this a different colour one? And it will still show up. Let's just do it here and see what happens. No. Well, how does that work then? Now I can't select that, can I? And I bet I can't delete it either. Oh, I can. Just wondering whether I just leave that like it is or whether we try and get another surface over there. What do you think? I don't know, actually. Maybe we could just leave it like it is. I mean, I don't think that is a problem, is it? And once we get a little bit of decoration with some trees around there... Oh, looks like we can't adjust the surface if it's under another surface. Could I do that? Then that is still not letting me grab that. Okay, maybe not. All right, well, we'll just leave it like it is. I don't feel like I want to draw another one over the top of that. Could I move it over a bit and make it connect at both ends? I mean, that is letting me draw at quite a distance. Maybe we'll just leave it like that and we'll just live with it. I think that looks good. And suddenly another block is complete, fitted out with parking, trees, decorations, and all sorts. Oh, man, I'm liking the look of this. Okay, let's do this block here next, because this one is all a little bit all over the place. So over here, we've gone for this style of building. I do like plopping similar buildings next to each other, finding one that looks good and just going for that. And I really like this color here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the game. I'm going to de-zone what we've done in here because everything's going to be moved. And as soon as you've moved it with the Move It mod, it will then stay. It won't disappear. So I'm thinking, let's have a look. I'm going to move this one over here. This one's going to become our corner piece. Yeah, maybe then we'll have a little bit of a gap through the middle like we did before. This one I'm going to move. This one I want to copy, so I'm going to pick of that, place that in there. That is going to be our block. I'm going to come back and line it all up perfectly in a minute. I like this one. I like this corner one. Again, we're probably going to have a gap. We're going to go for these ones with the orange roofs rather than the white ones. Again, we've got some white ones over there. So what we might just do is we'll get rid of that and bring these in and see if we can do... Do you know what I'm just thinking? I'm going to try and move all of these over to lessen the gap to the corner on both sides. So then when we do these ones, you can sort of bring that right up there. We're getting a no road connection for some reason. I don't know what it is that's got that. I think it's this one, actually. Yeah, it's that one. That's fine. There we go. So if we get those, we can go back a bit and have them sort of overlap a tiny bit, perhaps. Yeah, it depends how weird the roof looks, I'll be honest. If we bring it forward a bit and overlap, you could do that, and then you just got a little bit of wall, which is not too bad. And then, yeah, these I'm just going to move away. I think what I'm going to do is have these on these two sides. So we're going to move all of those over there, and then we're going to come back to these ones. I'm not sure which way around these need to go. That's the front, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I was hoping I could fit that in and a corner piece. I don't think I can. So we're going to remove that one. Move this up. Could we fit a gigantic corner piece in there? I don't think we could. It's going to be too much. Or with a little bit of judicious moving things around, could we? Let's get that one there. Control H the same height as that. It is. I mean, if you bring that forward, that difference in roof height doesn't matter too much. You've got to be careful not to cover too much of the pavement, because then otherwise it starts to go a little bit weird. Yeah, move that one forward. That would actually go quite well. And then we can transition into these two sides being these larger. So what are these? These are all level 1 to 5, aren't they? Yeah, it's just the type of building you've got. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So this corner piece, I really want to keep that one. This one's going to go. I've made a bit of a mess of this, moving everything around. So we're going to have this corner piece right here. So that one is going to come back later. We'll get that one in there. And then we've got these ones, which we know which way around they need to face. And we're going to need a couple of those. So I'll pick that. We'll plop another one, and we'll probably need another one. And then we can maneuver those all into position. I'll do that in a minute. These, I like the way these butt up. And then we've got extra corners that we might not need. But this one I wanted to finish off this section because I really like all the detailing onto there. And we're going to sort of do it like that. And then have a little gap through here, which means we don't need that. What do you think about the look, the overall look? Do you like it? I think I do. Right, I'm just going to spend a couple of seconds off camera, well, probably a couple of minutes, lining all this up. There we go, all nicely lined up. I'm liking the way that these are looking. I'm thinking about this one going for a slightly different pattern inside. I've spotted this one here, the manicured grass. The grass does go under the pavement. I think there is an order for how all of these work, the surfaces that is. And yeah, I need to find out what that is. So when I'm placing them, I know what goes above and below other items. But let's just plop all of this in as one. Oh, look at that. As one big surface. I'm quite liking that, even sort of out the front here in the other little odd places where it appears. It just adds a whole different feel to this area, doesn't it? To those ones there. I don't know whether it's a little bit too bright or whether we could just sort of live with that and maybe put a bit of concrete over here, over this sort of corner. Yeah, I feel like this little corner maybe just needs to just sort of go back a bit. Let's add a couple of little spots in like that, and then we can just take that up to here. What happened there? I seem to have just lost the whole piece of concrete. Okay, let's find another one. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. We can sort of transition between the two with just a hedge that's placed there. And I feel like this corner here really needs, if I could spell it correctly, a fountain. Oh man, that's twice I've done that wrong. There we go. Fountain. I can do it. I just can't see the keyboard. Small fountain, large fountain. Oh, yeah, that looks good. And then we could pop some benches around that. There we go. Let's go for nice wrought iron benches. That'll look nice. That is looking good. And then what I think I'm going to do is keep this theme running through. We're going to copy that, and that. Copy and paste. Thank you very much. And we'll just pop in maybe just a couple of these around here, sort of near the edges. Yeah, I think that's okay. Maybe one more there. Yeah, there we go. And then we could do maybe a few trees and stuff in the back. And there we go. Another fantastic looking block. What I would like to do now around here is just take a look at the roads that we've got. I feel like we do need some trees and things on these roads, particularly, I don't know whether I want them running down the side. What am I looking for in here? This one. So whether we go for grass on the side and take away all the parking, but I like the way that there's parking added. Oh, is that going to remove the parking anyway? Ooh, I'm thinking of using one of our slightly different roads we've got with the added parking. Let's have a look at Road Builder and see what we've got in here. If I add parking in there, 2-lane road, I don't know, 2-lane, I want 4-lane road with parking on the side. Now this one actually, let's grab that. Can I place that one? Let's upgrade and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm looking for with a load of parking, but that's far too wide. Let's maybe dive into the manage and discover road. So we've got all roads available. I'm going to add parking and see what comes up. So it's not a huge, I want 4-lane. Maybe we're going to have to make our own one. Yeah, I think we're going to have to make our own one, you know. Or they were my roads. I'm an idiot. Let's try, let's try that again. Let's type parking into there. So I'm looking for 4-lane, 4U 2-lane road parking, but with trees perhaps down the middle as well. 60-degree parking. 0 on the middle. Let me just have a look through, see what I can find. Oh, I think we found it. This one here. Arbolada parking 60 degrees. Let's get that one in the middle here. I've got Anarchy on, so hopefully we don't break anything. Is it too wide? Well, it's certainly not flat. That's why I'm not seeing all the parking. Yeah, I don't know whether I like this one. It's gone too wide, so now we're overlapping where the shops are. I think we might just need to make our own. Let's just pop that back to a standard, whichever one it was, a median like that. Yeah, let's see if we can sort of mess with this one a bit. I'm going to save the game first. Okay, let's open road building again. Let's click on this road, and we're going to use as a template. So I'd like to remove, what have we got here? Oh, it's a sidewalk. For some reason, it's got a picture of a car on it. Oh, it's got parking, that's why. Okay. So I think we need the sidewalk, but I don't want the parking on there. So I'm going to say no parking on there, and we'll do the same on this one, which is good. I don't know whether we're going to still be able to keep all the different lanes that we've got. So I think I'm going to delete this lane here and that lane there. If I just make sure I've got the right one, then it's all going to go a bit thin. That's fine. So this one's still got both types of car and bus going on there. Then we're going to add parking to the outside of that one and this one. Yes, and it's going in the right direction. We're going to add markings, and we're going to make it 60 degrees. And it might not all show up if the road's not totally flat, so we'll have a look at that in a second. Let that all work out what's going on. Yeah, okay, and that's what I'm thinking. So it's lots of parking, but it's nice and thin. Then in the middle, this median, I do want to add grass and stuff, so that's going to become wider, and that's going to have trees. And that's now affected these. It's all just become a little bit too wide. Can I make the parking thinner? I can't. Can I make the sidewalk thinner? I can. So if I go down to 1.5 meter, it's still far too wide, isn't it? Okay, what size was that? 5 meter. And it'd be a shame to lose the wide sidewalk. So maybe this bit section in the middle here doesn't have those and just becomes super thin, and that goes back to where it was before. They're still slightly further over here, so I might need to just push those buildings back, which I've got space to do, so that's not too bad. So maybe we go with that where we want the parking. Let's just have a look where this is coming in. Yeah, so this is becoming sort of like even though it is the main road through, it's slowing it all down because it's got the parking and everything on, which is what the idea was. Is that what I want through here? I mean, it's going to look cool with all the cars parked up and down the side. I think we will. So let me just think up a name for this. There we go. 4-lane divided, 60-degree parking. We're going to save that one. And then what I want to do is pick of that. And I want to put that over here as well, where we've got the other buildings. And that has messed up the texture on our roundabout. And this roundabout as well. And that roundabout as well. Oh, man, you're killing me, game. You're killing me. Well, I say game. We can't blame the game. I'm using mods and things, aren't I? So I'll tell you what's happening here is we've only got one lane coming out of there, so it doesn't actually need all of this. So that's starting to look a bit pedestrian, isn't it? Pedestrianised. I'm just wondering whether we can fix it. I know what it is. If we grab this, no, not that one. Which one is it? I haven't used it for so long. It's this one, traffic, and we want lane connector tool, and it's not allowing me to do it there. I think we might just need to replace it. Basically, what's happening is that is only going into one lane. I don't think that's going to change, is it? I maybe just think we need a smaller roundabout here. Let's just change the size of the roundabout and see what happens. If we go down to a median, if we go down to a small, and then we get a void all around it, that'll disappear anyway. Or do we just leave it that size and just sort of count all of this as being like a pedestrian type setup? Yeah, maybe we do that. Can I put a surface over here? Let me just give that a try. Yeah, I could. I could add a tiled surface in them. Oh my goodness me. What am I? I'm like setting myself up now for things that are just going to take so much time to do. But I quite like it. And then you can sort of do it in the middle here as well, like this. Let's just, and it really suddenly makes it feel like a very old roundabout that's been here for a long time. And if I sort of line it up better, we could put a little tree in there. Oh, it's such a shame we can't copy and paste these things. It'll be so much easier. Let's just do one and see what it looks like. And then I'll decide whether I'm going to do the rest or not. I mean, if we do something like that, if you're coming out here, is that just ridiculous because it's blocking the view? I think that is a bit ridiculous because it's blocking the view, isn't it? Let's just get rid of that tree. There we go. Maybe just like a small little bush or something in there. Like that. So it's going to make you slow down because your view isn't so great. But I think that looks really good. And then do we need to do anything with these side pieces? I don't think we do. We could just leave it like that. Okay, I've done the rest around here as well. Suddenly we're getting into custom roundabouts. Do you know what? I don't think, well, I don't know what's going on with those cars, but I don't think that's too bad. I think that's looking pretty nice. I'm liking the parking down here. Suddenly it's got that look of a busy street, hasn't it? All the way along here. Maybe a bit more pedestrianised, pedestrian friendly. And then these ones down here, could I add... if I add a medium with trees, that's really going to mess this up, isn't it? Let's just give it a quick go. Click on road. Hey! Wish I'd saved my game after I'd finished the other bit. Well, I'm back. I had to redo all those central parts, and now I'm spending a whole load of my time pedestrianising these outside parts with the same surface. This was a larger area than I thought. I thought I would finish it before I got to the end of that sentence so I could complete it and show you what it looked like. Hold on, we're nearly there. Yeah, there we go. That's one roundabout down. I'm now going to do this one and this one. I'll just do it off camera and be back to you in a sec. And then we might even try and do this road again and hopefully not crash the game this time. Oh, man. I am loving the way this is turning out. The surfaces make such a flipping difference. And suddenly that goes from looking like a really fast, dangerous roundabout to like a nice pedestrian, slow roundabout. Lots of parking for this area. I've still got to move those buildings back that were on my left. Oh, I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. And then I'm looking at like the side of some of these buildings here and thinking some graffiti, you know, some great big tall graffiti on some of these would look great. I was just looking at like this one here. So if we go too low, it sort of overlaps at the bottom. But if we go higher, oh man, it's such a large one. We could almost get this. So if I place that down like that, can I then use move it to grab that and shift it up a bit? Oh, no, hang on. It's doing some things. It'll be page up, wouldn't it? Of course. There we go. So we get one version of that looking like this. And then let's maybe go, yeah, over here. And we'll get the same one. But this time we'll go lower. So we'll get that. And then let's grab that with move it and go down. So then we'll get those two faces. Shame it sort of starts disappearing at the bottom there. Let's go up a little bit. Could we go maybe like that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't disappear, does it? It's just the way it looks when you're moving it. All right. Oh, no, hang on. Move it. Grab that. Go down. I want the two different faces like that. Yeah, there we go. And that adds a little something to there, doesn't it? And we could do that round like these blocks that we've got here as well. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, look at this one. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to hover over them so you can see the name of them. But just having that one cat eye looking out at you like that. If we just get that lined up just right. Maybe there. Just trying to get rid of that eye on the other side. Oh, what about that? That is just great. I love that one. And let's find another one for here. All the chirpers. Oh, another cat one to match the other side. Yeah, which way around does that go? That goes this way. And could we get the one cat eye in there as well? Like that. Oh, look at that. Suddenly this area has got a bit of a theme, hasn't it, going on? Oh, that's nice. Now I want to find some more places I can pop those. We've got any other side buildings? Yes. We've got these two here. Oh, as we've got the park and the trees and that going on around here, I think this would look just great. If we could just sort of get that one lined up there. Let's just have a look at that. How does that... Oh, that's good, isn't it? Look at that. Walking away with a tree. I'm liking that. This side's got brick on it. So maybe just a couple of small ones sort of in the corner here. Yeah, just something like that. Just add a little something into that corner. Oh, fantastic. Oh, man, should we try this road again now that we're here? I'm going to save my game right now. Do you know what? I've actually already got what I want. A road with the tree, median, and a sidewalk. If we pop that in there and just take a look at what that's like, that is exactly what I wanted. It's ever so slightly wider, but we've got the space. And then maybe we could extend that out this way. Let's just pick a pick of that, add that there. That could perhaps continue out that way, but I would like that all the way through here, and I hope I don't break anything. So anywhere that's not a 4U road, There we go, like that. Might as well just put that round in the square there. And again, just look at the difference that makes. Lots of extra trees everywhere. The surfaces, the parking. Oh man, I'm loving how this little area's worked out. This is looking brilliant. Now, one more thing I think we need on here to really beef up the realism is stains. Everything is looking very pristine, very clean. And I think if we go a bit of ham, go ham with the decals on the road. If we just jump into here, we've got a whole load of stains decals. And let's just see how stained we can make this look and how it adds to the realism. Well, I have to say, I'm absolutely blown away with what can be accomplished with a few decals, some props, and a little bit of time. This has taken a long time to put all this together, but I'm just loving the way that it looks. It is super busy. Loads of people coming through here. Oh, these parking rows, these little courtyards that we've got at the back of all of these properties. This is looking fantastic. I think what we're going to do as we move forward through this series is this area is going to be added to slowly over time, because I don't think I can do this every day for the next 6 months, because it's going to drive me insane. There's absolutely so much to do. But I think the way that we've changed these blocks here, I am just absolutely loving it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this one, please leave a thumbs up. That would be absolutely fantastic of you. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.